Is it gonna work? It says I'm streaming, but I don't see myself streaming. Right? Is it gonna work? I don't see anything yet. Weird. Maybe I should refresh. It says I'm streaming, but I can't see my stream. Oh, there I am. Finally working. Okay, so should have a microphone. That's working. Camera. It's on. Mostly centered. It's like almost 2 a.m. I decided to stream because I ain't done it in a while. I actually don't know how long it's been. I think it's been like a month or two since I did any work. Let me check that out real quick. I don't even know if it'll still be on Twitch. But I did upload a video. Well, I guess it wasn't. I uploaded the video after I edited it. That might have been like a week after. I can't really use that for an example. Do that. I want to go to the channel. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know when the last time I streamed was. It may have been like 2 months ago. No. So I uploaded the video 1 month ago, so it wasn't that long ago. It's probably been like a month since I've streamed. Since that last one, I made that song. I haven't done any work on the game. Mostly have been doing other kinds of things, like self-improvement things. All right, I still got the wrong title too. Mostly been doing things like, I don't know, just working out, dieting, fixing my house up, fixing my life up a bit. So I haven't put a lot of time into making video games. That doesn't mean I haven't been working on things that are important. I don't feel like as bad about it. What am I going to call this stream? I guess it's going to be, I think we're going to do, so I've been having this issue. I don't want to go making music because it's been like annoying me. So I've been trying to I've been avoiding it, but because I'm avoiding it, I don't want to do any other kind of work because I want to do, I don't want to do something that's a distraction. It's a weird situation to where there's a part of me that's just like, let's just work on Gazzard again. Even though I know I know I should finish Gravitas and I should force myself to do the music, but I can't really, I'm just not feeling it to force myself to do the music. What I'm thinking right now is what I'm probably going to end up doing is just saving money up and hiring a composer or, getting music that way because I really don't like making music. So maybe that's the way I end up going. So if that's what I'm going to do, then I'm really just biding my time until I have some more disposable income. So I should just start working on Gazzard again. Figure maybe I might just want to do that. Like I miss doing animation and coding and stuff. That stuff's fun. Speaking of which, I did some work on GOBA, which I'll show in a second. Let me change the title of the stream. This is going to be, I guess it's just going to be game dev. I don't know. Let's just say solo dev coding. I guess that'll work. I'm gonna change category. Software and game development. Get rid of that. that, this. This will be Game Maker Studio. I guess that's fine. All right, I've updated the stream title. Okay, so let's look at the changes I did to GOBA. GOBA's the little screen overlay that I use. The little guy that's walking on my face right now. Up to this so we can see it a little better. So yeah, you can see little guys in the bottom corner. How it used to be. Ooh, there we go. So I put dice rolls for when you get into combat. It actually displays the rolls. It also creates like a little battlefield to where like the enemy and the person, like this slime and myself, you'll see we'll kind of like square off, move to opposite sides of each other, do the rolls. Whoever wins the roll gets to collect some gold from the fight, and it kills the other character. So you see I lost that roll there, killed my character, made them drop. So this is the stuff it was doing before, but I made it a little more nicer to look at, right? I rolled a 13, man. I'm rolling horrible tonight. You see I keep losing money, but the slime has been collecting, like his money's been doubling from each of these fights. So all in all, I will be able to get this money back as long as like nobody comes in and steals the gold from that slime. There we go. I won the fight, killed it, and you see I get all this gold. I did this neat little animation for like collecting gold. It now all burst out and then comes into the character. See there, I only got 1 gold because I killed it in the first like fight when the slime only had 1 gold. I improved like the font. I changed it to use, what's the font? The font from, I can't think of the name of it. Open Dyslexic. So I use that font. The commands that are usually in the top right are gone, but they come up like every 15 or 30 minutes. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did this, but it comes up every now and then. Or if you use the commands, like if you type in commands in chat, you'll see that it should come up. There it is, and it shows all the different commands. I put color on there. I put Gamba on there. Gamba's a new one. We'll see that. But Gamba for 10 gold, you can now gamble. Something I wanted to add for a while, but I never got around to it. But here we go. We're going to do a Gamba. And what it'll do is it'll spend 10 of our gold, and then I'll like do like a slot machine kind of thing. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, okay, so I got 1 coin there, which means I got a gold, but I ended up spending 9 gold basically. I spent 10 gold, I made 1. If I'd have gotten 3 of a kind, depending on what like what the 3 symbols are, you get like a different result. I think 3 coins is really good. 3 sevens is the best thing you can get. But here we go. Let's try it one more time. Do another Gamba. Oh, nope. But I did get another coin, so I didn't lose all my money. It's pretty hard. Like the chances of getting 3 of a kind, it's not super rare, but it is pretty rare. So it's hard to make some money off of it, but you make a lot of money if you do actually get it. And it's just a fun little thing you can do to spend your gold. I just thought it was a neat little idea that I've wanted to do. The characters can dance now, so I can do exclamation point dance, and you'll see my character just does a little do, 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 do. I like that. I just added that. Any character can do that now. So if you want to dance, make your character dance, you can do that. Oh god, I'm gonna struggle to remember all the things I've done. I wonder if I still have them like written down here, I think. Yeah, okay. So, oh, I totally forgot about this. I made it to where you can click and drag units. We gotta have our guy make his little fight real quick, but oh, and I lost the fight too. But yeah, now I can like any character I want, I can just like click on them with my mouse and I can drag them and move them around if I feel like it. Awkward that we're fighting this guy and then of course we lost again. How do I give myself some gold? I think it's 2. No, I don't want to give gold there. Let's give him some armor so he'll actually win these fights. 15 armor. There we go. And you see I rolled an 11 and it added up the 15 that I get from my stats. And even there I rolled a 1, so I ended up not even having enough. Plus the 15, it got me up to 16. It wasn't enough to beat the dragonflies roll there. So I got screwed over again. I'll win this one. There we go. Beat him. Gain the gold. Okay, so now I can pick him up, move him around. So he's just like being attached to my mouse, and you see I'm dragging him around. It does a little wiggle and dance just to make it kind of entertaining, and then I can set him down wherever I want. So I can just like pick up characters and move them around. I thought that was kind of cool. It displays the window that they're bound to, that little square that you see. This is like where the characters can actually move. And if I try and move them outside of it, it will just like snap them back into the middle because that's like they're going out of bounds. So that's where the boundary is for the default game. And I lost another fight. More gold, more armor. There we go. So we did the new font, the commands. There's a new celebration. So anytime you donate bits, the characters shoot off fireworks. So it does this. And I just changed it a little around. I made it to where the character actually like does a dance anytime it happens. Nothing real crazy there. It also makes them stop moving, so they just like stand in one place and shoot off the fireworks. I created a button to basically ban characters because I thought that was kind of important. I made it to where any items that are dropped on screen from like enemies or whatever are actually they're confined within the window. Before, items would like appear off the window, so no players could actually get to them and pick them up. So now items have to actually show up inside the window. Something, just a little bug fix. So if you create a base, it now releases the window size. So instead of me having to like change the window size, which I could do, instead, if anybody comes in and they end up spending the money to create a base, like I'm going to do now, this just automatically expands the window size to be the full screen now. Also, as you can see, I created like a little building. Well, it's not like a building animation, but like the building grows slowly. The little base radius expands. The artwork looks a little different. It uses the primary and the secondary colors now. So the primary colors are like the green flag and door. The secondary colors, kind of hard to see in this, but the little yellow flags that are around the keep. So instead of it just being like a solid green color, which looked kind of weird, I made it to where it's like, it's 3 different colors. It's your primary color, your secondary color, and then just like gray or some sort of default color. There's a teleportation animation now. So if I do base again, you'll watch my character will teleport back to his base and he'll play a little animation with it. It just like blinks out and blinks back in. That's a little bit of cosmetic work. I made it to where when you're inside the small window, like it is before, instead of like before, I'd have all the players or anybody that chats and stream, they'd come in and it create their character. Well, they'd just constantly be fighting because they keep running into each other. So I made it to where they only fight each other if like the war has been created, which means somebody's made a base. So basically the screen has to be really big and then the players can start battling. So now players don't fight unless somebody's made a base. There's now an item equip animation. So if I pick up an item, you'll see that there's a little animation that plays as he gets that item equipped to him, which I can remember how to drop items. Okay, I can drop a chest with the X key. So I also created these little chests that you can drop, and these are where items are now. So if my character walks over this chest, he'll pick it up and you'll see like the item animation where it like gets collected, and he'll gather it. So I'm just gonna pick him up and bring him over to it. There you go. He picks it up and then it gets equipped. That one's pretty simple. I think armor will look a little different. That was a gold piece in there. And you can see like the different things you can get from chest. There's some armor. Look, it's a little armor. I guess the equip animation, I was going to do something where it expands or something. I think I just skipped that and I made it to where it does the little animation where it goes into the character. And then once I like that so much that I applied it to gold and everything else. So I guess that's what that was. The fort, as you've seen, if it kills any monsters, it pulls the gold into it, kind of like the characters do. And of course, you get that gold. I made it to where coins tick up now, which is kind of like that animation. So instead of you just getting it, you can see it all like be applied over time. I don't know. A lot of these things that I wanted to do, it ended up just being solved by making the items fly into the characters. And I thought it just looked nicer. You don't lose all your gold when you lose a fight anymore. You lose like all the fights kind of have like a price you pay to do the fight. So like the slimes have 1 gold, but if the slime wins a fight, it'll double its gold, so it'll go to 2. So now the price to pay on the next fight would be 2 gold. And if you lose that fight, then you lose the 2 gold, the slime gains another 2, and now it's up to 4. It does have a cap, but all the battles kind of work like this, to where there's a base price and then they just kind of like multiply based on how many they win or lose. But you don't have to you don't lose all your gold anymore. I thought that was a little too extreme. And then yeah, I did a little animation for things getting built, and I think that's pretty much it. I can build the other buildings right quick so we can see those as well, but I need more gold. I don't have enough. Get myself a little more gold. There we go. So I'm gonna create a fort and I'm gonna create a farm. So there you go. They got a little animation. You can see they look a little nicer. That's basically what that looks like. And then there's a lot of bug fixes that came with all this stuff that I'm kind of leaving out, but like the way fights work, I had to change the way like the soldiers work, how they get into fights. The way the like raptor enemy comes in. Basically, I just ended up changing all the enemies and how they fight so that I could set up that little animation that plays. So there was a lot more work to it than what I'm describing, but that's pretty much all the changes to it. So that's what GOBA looks like now. But I'm gonna go ahead and destroy everything, which I think is R. There we go. Yeah, destroys everything, resets everything back to normal. I still got the gear I got from before. So cool. I like it. It's cool. I did have to do some work to actually do the typing and what it looks like. But you can see it doesn't quite fit in the screen now because the way the font works, it's not like perfect. The size of the font isn't the same all the time. So watch, I'll do like a typing thing. It'll show it on screen kind of like it was before, and right there it looks pretty good. I got it as close as I can get it, but sometimes the font like goes outside of the box, or the box is like a little bit too big. So if I like type something really long, which I don't know, let's just copy this and do it like 10 times or something. There we go. So yeah, once I do it like really big, yeah, you see like the box is a little bit longer than it was supposed to be, but there wasn't really any way I can get around that because the font, depending on what characters are placed, they're not always the exact same size. Unlike the one that I used previously, like every letter was the same amount of pixels wide. This font, that's not necessarily true. So I couldn't really think of a better way to fix it, so I just did the best I could, because I couldn't be bothered to do any more than that. All right, all that aside, let's get some music going. Cool. And we can look at what I'm gonna do now. So I gotta open up Game Maker Studio, and I'll show this in a bit. Let me get everything open real quick, because I haven't done that yet. It's kind of like a spur of the moment sort of stream. I just wanted to do something. Ah, crap, I forgot my password. I was doing a lot of video, like a lot of gaming actually. I played a game called, oh, what is it called? It's like Fey something, Fey Realm. I'm trying to find it. I got too many games. Fey Farm. I played a game called Fey Farm, which looks like this. I played this game. It was okay. Here's my character. I took some screenshots. I've been making a habit of like taking some screenshots when I finish a game like this, just so I can remember what my character and my farm look like in this kind of game. But it was okay. I think I like these like farming sim kind of games. But this one, the NPCs were pretty lacking. They weren't that great. Like the game itself was pretty okay, but I feel like this game showed me like how important like NPCs and story is to these kind of games. It's a lot more important than I was thinking before. Like after I finished playing this game, it made me realize how lacking it is and how important that is for that kind of game. I also played a game I played a long time ago, but it finally released. It came out of early access. Where's it at? Realms of Magic. This was a pretty fun game. So this is kind of like a Terraria style game. I know this picture's way too small. Can I make it bigger? There it goes. So yeah, it's like a Terraria type game. And this was my crappy farm. I ended up, I get so like, the more I play these games, my creativity just like declines and declines. Now I just make box houses and like I don't even bother putting doors on houses anymore because they're like, honestly, doors are inconvenient, especially if there's no like zombies like Terraria, which this game doesn't really have that kind of thing. There's not like base attacks or anything, so why even put doors on anything? It's just like lines of farming stuff. All my merchants are just at the top. They don't really need room, so why bother? And then all my My crafting benches are like right next to the chest that all the crafting components are in. But anyway, it's a fun game. I enjoyed it a bit. It has a pretty interesting story. I really like the magic system, like playing a flame mage. And it's just fun to like set everything on fire. And there's like this whole like summoning thing, but I didn't really like the way the summons worked. The melee combat's kind of lame too, but the like ice and fire magic are both really good. So if you're gonna play, I kind of recommend going with one of those two. But yeah, it was fun. I played it for a long time. For some reason, I didn't really notice it while I was playing it, but I got 0 playtime on it, and I didn't get any of the achievements. I just wasn't even paying attention to it, but the achievements didn't unlock. And I noticed like when I was looking for my save in the game, the save like went into a guest sign in or something. And I don't know, for some reason, no achievements were applied. So I like 100% of this game basically, but I got nothing achievement-wise, which is very disappointing. I'm actually kind of upset about that. Usually I don't care about achievements, but you know, I'm pretty proud of getting the ones that are like put me in the 1% of players, right? Like a lot of these games, I end up getting that, and this one doesn't have any. Well, let's look at like Faith Farm again. Where's F at? Why can't I find F? Oh, it's up here. There it is. Yeah, so I do like the completionist kind of thing. I got like 0.8 in this one, bring all skills to level 20. I usually get at least one achievement that puts me in the top 1%. So I do try to complete games a lot, but yeah, just a little disappointed that I played that game for so long and got nothing for it. Okay. Let me go back to setting this up though. That's just my little complaint. Alright, here we go. Gathered 0.3. Been a while since I've done much of anything on this. So it's going to take a while for Gathered to actually load. We can look at this though. This is my old work document for working on Gathered. A lot of notes in here. Hopefully reminds me of things. Had more than, well, no, I've only had 4 burnouts on this game. I guess I included Gravitas as like a burnout, since technically it was true. I don't know, there's a lot of information here about like where the different depths of things are, what depths are supposed to be in the room, frames per second for different attacks. The default attack sword speed should be like 3 frames a second. Quick weapon should be like 4, slow weapon should be like 2. I got a couple bugs in. There's going to be like lots of things. After making Gravitas, I learned so much about what I was doing wrong with coding. It's going to be hard to go into Gathered and not want to just fix everything, because God, it is crazy like how many things I know that I've done wrong in Gathered now. But we'll see as I look through it what I'll end up doing to fix all that, if I'll even bother. These are all the things I've done in Gathered. First thing I did was made floors. I made ladders, platforms, backgrounds. I started streaming Twitch at this point. After I did all that stuff, I was like, I should probably like film some of this. And then did lots of like, the player script stuff. It's fun to just look through all this again. I should go ahead and launch the game. It'll take like a couple minutes to build it, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Making ceilings. I did like my basic sketching artwork. Screen transitions, moving the camera around, making it like shake and zoom. Or yeah, screen shaking. Making like how the camera works in events, conversation. Making a title screen, pause, saving. Making some basic like armor, weapon. customization options. Get some like basic enemy AI and figure out how to do all that. Oh, this is such a long time ago. Status effects. I was trying to figure out like different ones. Destructible objects, parallaxing. I know how to do all this stuff now though. I wonder, is the music too loud? It should be pretty good. Might be a little loud. I think I had it turned up a bit because I was actually making music. So hopefully it's not that bad. And then I had like, I was doing creature artwork, and that's when I had like first burnout. It was only like a month long, so it really wasn't that bad compared to the ones I've had later. Had another burnout while I was drawing the behemoth, and that one was like 1 to 2 months long. And I did like monster scripts, building stages, day-night cycle, learning how to make the flora move around, wind, making the different like liquids. You know, all this different stuff. And I did the other character scripts, that was a big one. And then this was kind of like, I think this is a script for all the other monsters. Oh, this was drawing all those other monsters, which that wasn't actually all of them, it was just a lot of them. I did the animations for the other player stuff, and that took a long time. The first devlog I did, some FX stuff where I was like remaking the effects because I didn't like it from the first one. I did the weapons and armor one. Had another burnout while I was doing NPCs. That one was long, it's like 6 months long. Just didn't do anything for a while. My NPCs ended up being so many animations. It's like 1,000 frames. Alright, now I did the death animations, slashing and projectiles. And then this is when I started working on Gazzard. Put like a little note here. Or not Gazzard, this is when I started working on Gravitas. So, yeah, while I was doing the skeleton monster, I was like, well, I'm gonna do a different game. But in the time since then, I have finished all the other monster variants, which is what we're going to look at now. I also did the shaman summons, and then I did the thrown weapon effects, which we'll be able to look at. But what I want to look at now, so I'm going to look at like, I decided I want to see if I can do like the ability to attack at a diagonal without changing any animations. So I'd like to look at that, but really I'm just going to be like familiarizing myself with the game again. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, we might work on like creating this diagonal attack, which shouldn't be that hard to do. It's really just rotating the attack animation and making it look like it's coming out of the player's hand. The biggest issue with it is I haven't drawn like the sword. The slash effects are kind of like permanent. So if we open this up and just look at Gazzard's different animations, so we've got like player sprites, champion sprites, but I want to look at, yeah, no, champion sprites, there's going to be, did I put the weapons? I don't think it's in player sprites actually. Oh, maybe it is. Champion sprites, view check, it's not in here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So these are like the different animations that the champion plays. Move this over here, you can see it. So yeah, all the different animations he does. This is without his skin or details or anything. But that's all the animations. And then I've got for like the different weapons, so let's say the spear for instance, it's just its own little bit that stays on top of them. And it doesn't always show something for the ones that doesn't really like involve the spear. But for the attack should be like right in here. So the big problem is these attacks, the weapon itself, yeah, it just like, this is the attack, but the weapon itself goes straight. So I might have to draw like and animate it for where the weapon goes down or up if I'm going to do like a diagonal. So it's not as simple as, I don't know, we'll see, but it probably isn't as simple as just changing the effect, because changing the effect would be the easiest way to do it. Like for that spear attack, where is the spear attack? I'm looking at it. Oh, this is the third one. Here we go. So this is the first spear attack. So it goes through this animation. There you go. So this would be very easy to kind of like just rotate and make it go down or up. But I don't know what I'm going to do about the spear itself, which is part of the player's animation. I don't know if I can rotate that because it won't look as good. Anyway, game finally loaded. Oh man, I don't even know if this works anymore. I should be able to press like the 3 button and it changed my scene in OBS, and it also should full screen the game. Let's see if that worked. So that should have full screened the game and changed the scene in OBS if it worked correctly. It looks like it did. Alright, cool. So I think you'll be able to see everything I'm seeing. I think the controller's plugged in. Yeah, so this should work. What happened? Looks like the game just froze. Oh, there it goes. It's like the character creation. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna run slow as it loads all these animations again. I'm gonna have to do the thing that I did in Gravitas. I should go ahead and just set that up the way it'll go ahead and just load everything in, so I don't have this stuttering anymore. Though it'll add a little bit extra time to my loads. My controller's not like working properly, or maybe it's just like the game's still loading stuff and there's some stuttering. It just feels like sometimes when I'm trying to go to the left, it like, I don't know, it was sticking before, it seems to be having any issues now. Nope, there you go. Yeah, it just keeps like having to load all these different sprites, which is causing like this lag. I'll have to go ahead and like load all these textures when I start the game instead. Okay, we can pick up a weapon. Oh, there we go, now it's loading all this stuff. Man, this feels like way slower than I remember. I wonder if it's just going slow because this is definitely worse than it used to be. I think. I don't know. I remember it being like really slow to load stuff before. Golly. Yeah, this feels way worse than it used to be with like the lagging. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at this. It's much slower than it used to be. Definitely. Like, I remember it being laggy, but it seems like a lot more than it used to be. At least everything seems to be working. I haven't had any crashes yet. Which, seeing as I haven't loaded this game in like, I don't know, 8 or 9 months, maybe a year, it's actually pretty good that it's not lagging. Or, I mean, it is lagging, it's not crashing. Just due to like Game Maker Studio updates. Golly. I wonder what's up with the lag. Doesn't seem like it's getting better. It's like occasionally just doing like a big lag spike. I can't really blame it on loading textures. Get off this screen and try like a different screen. There you go. This room's got a lot less going on. It's just like me and a monster. It's still like lagging every now and then. Yeah. And also, I'm noticing the depths aren't quite right here. The spear is like over top of the armor, which isn't what it's supposed to do. Right there. Alright, so we have massive lag issue, which I don't really know why that would be the case. Something's changed. Could be my PC. My PC is definitely old, but shouldn't be causing, I don't know, this seems like something strange. Like, how did the game, it's the same PC before, and it used to run pretty fine after loading textures, of course. It wasn't this laggy. I wonder if it has something to do with, like, OBS. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's just constantly lagging. Okay, well, anyway, the thing that I wanted to do, now that I think about it, I was thinking about diagonal attacks, but this won't be a diagonal attack, actually. This attack should just go straight. The diagonal attack is from the duck attack, because I want to be able to, like, duck and attack down at an angle. So when I consider that, that might make it a little bit easier. Golly. The lag is really bothering me, but I'm trying to ignore it for now. So yeah, if to attack down at an angle, I might be able to get away with just rotating the animation down. Like if you hold down and forward, kind of like in most games, it should attack like at a downward angle. And what I can do is, that one frame, it's hard to see because the animation's over it, where the spear is pointing directly forward, I could probably just rotate that with the down attack, and I bet it would look fine, because it happens so fast. All I gotta do is like hide it behind the animation, so it would probably be fine. Honestly, this attack animation is so fast. I don't remember how to, there we go, store the weapon area. Let's look at this one. This one would be fine. It's just a claw attack, so I can easily just kind of like make the claw go downwards. What about the axe? The axe would be a really easy one to do. Because it's like, the animation's so big, you don't even see the axe most of the time. You can probably just, yeah, you can probably just rotate the big orange animation slash down a bit so that you can attack things below you, basically. And then we've got the sword, which I think sword will be basically the same. Oh, no, I didn't mean to pick that up. There we go. There we go. The sword might work. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I think I might be able to just like do this without having to draw anything. Make the slash go down. I really got to figure out what's going on with the lag though. That's crazy. This reminds me like when I first started streaming this game making process, I used to be able to like stream the game and I didn't have to like full screen it and the game would play fine. But like after a few updates to Game Maker Studio, I noticed that unless I full screen the game, OBS would just start lagging. And it just started happening because of like a Game Maker update. I always found that weird and it was never like fixed. So it could just be something to do with like one of Game Maker Studio's updates. Doesn't work well with OBS and now it's just lagging constantly. I don't know. And again, GOBA's never given me any issues. Gravitas wasn't giving me any issues before. It is consistent lag though. Okay, let's close this out. Good to see it still works though. It brings up the programming window. This is supposed to show Game Maker Studio, but it's not. Let me fix that now. Is that right? It's kind of cutting off the sides of the screen, which I don't... Oh, that's right. I remember I like zoomed it in so you could see the font on what I'm programming to look a little better. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Yeah, I zoomed it in a bit because it really wasn't super necessary to see the outsides of the screen. But it looks like it's actually changed though, so let me look at this real quick. I don't remember how to zoom in or zoom out in OBS. That's annoying. Not the usual like scroll wheel. Let's just redo the whole thing and see what we can do. Alright, so that's the whole thing. So if we do it like the true size, it would be like this. Which it already kind of like... Oh, I remember now. Because I used to like change the size of the screen so that I could see chat. That's why it's different. See, I should have messed with it. Honestly, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I used to have it to where I can see chat on the right side of the screen. That's why the window size was a little off. I wonder if I probably do want to do that again. So let's see here, Game Maker. So I want to put this here and then move this over here like this. we go. So now I can see chat, but now I have to resize the screen to reflect that. It's basically going to put it back to where I had it before. All right, so this. So yeah, I don't think we really need to see any of that up at the top. Still a lot of room. Just notice I'm kind of like sizing it. Oh, I see. Left and right. Oh god, I gotta remember the OBS controls. Let me look it up real quick. How do you zoom out the screen? Hold space bar. That's a weird one. Is that how it works? I didn't do anything. Okay, here we go. I had to change it to canvas, apparently. Now I should be able to change it. This one. There we go. Okay, I can finally see. Right, so we wanted to do something like this, and then scroll the whole thing. There we go. Because the bottom of the screen doesn't matter much either. Need to do something like this, and then move the whole thing back over here. Yeah, I don't care about any of that actually. All right, I think this gives you the best view of the screen. So that hopefully you can read the code. And it cuts off a little on the right, but I think that's the best I can get it. I don't know how to change this back to what it was before. There we go, scale the window. Okay. Finally got that fixed. Okay. So, you should be able to see the screen now. As good as I can get it, and I can see chat as well, so there we go. This is how I used to have it. And I can see OBS on the side. Okay, so I got that set back up. Now, we've got to dive back into ancient code. The worst feeling ever. I know I'm drinking from a 2-liter bottle. I can't be bothered to put it in a cup. Why waste a cup? It's almost empty anyway. Alright, so what in the world is going up with this, like, frame rate? Honestly, I have no way to, like, test that either. But that's so strange. I can't really explain it. There's one thing I could do. Let's look at some of our options. Let's look at our, like, our initialize object, which should be in here, I think. Oh no, it's in here. Initialize. Oh man, I gotta change all. This makes me just want to start from scratch. I'm not gonna be like, I gotta find all this stuff and redo it. Like, all this should be put in scripts instead, so it's easier to just call the script, create all my variables, instead of doing it like this. There's so much of this is going to be like unoptimized and horrible. Here's my champion script. It's going to be really bad. But there's a ton of useless stuff in here. Like, I was using these state variables before I learned like how states actually work. So there's a ton of like if statements in here for like turning off keys. I guess this is kind of how I did it afterwards, but this isn't really necessary. Well, yeah, okay, so event lock means that there's an event going on, so I don't want the player to be able to press any keys to control the player, right? Because the player or the character is supposed to stand still until the event ends. That's kind of how I was doing that before. You got gamepad controls for key up and key down, and then checking different gamepad buttons. Weapon swapping. Yeah, so it was kind of like states, but I was using it in a very different way. Just like following these different... There's gonna be a lot of like bad code in this. It's like unoptimized, repeating a lot of nonsense that doesn't matter. Checking different status effects to see what keys are affected by it. Technically it all works, but yeah, it's not very good. Doing the different knockbacks, turning off the controls until you finish the knockback animation. I think this is where most of my movement stuff actually is. And then I got dashing, which basically just doubles movement, changes the animation. Honestly, there's a lot of complicated stuff in here because of the way it goes through different like intro animations and then swaps to normal animations. And then the way slopes work, slope navigation, which I never, like, it works, but then sometimes it doesn't, depending on like the speed of the character. A very unusual thing. Slopes are very complicated though. They're not as simple as you'd think. Wall collisions, vertical collisions. And I have this grounded so that we can look at like double jumping, the way climbing works. Yeah, a lot of this is like if you're pressing certain keys, if you're allowed to move, if you're not dodging, if you're not being knocked back. This is how I was doing it before, and I was just remembering it. If you're not attacking, you know, you're pressing up or down, then you're gonna like attach to a ladder or something. So it's a weird way to do it. Definitely would probably be easier to figure out how to go through different states. That way you don't play these like lines of code all the time. I don't know. and then just like playing what animations, depending on what kind of button you're pressing, what kind of animation should be playing. Like, I don't think I want to mess with any of this stuff just because it works, but making changes to it's going to be really annoying too. These are the different attacks. If the weapon you're using is a sword, if you're pressing the key, you're not already attacking, you're not doing all these different states, you're not in the middle of like a combo attack. There's different like A combos and B combos. Then it's going to do the attack. So my duck attack will be in here somewhere, and it'll probably be, yeah, key down. But this is not key down. This is not key down. This will be the one that's actually the duck attack. So this is key strike, not grounded. That means you're in the air. Not already attacking, you're not dashing, dodging, knock back. So this must be just the air strike. It's not grounded. This is for throwing, I see. I mean, it says what it is. I can probably just use this. Probably the fastest way to get it. So this is idle sword 1. Yeah, this is champion throw, duck attack. Okay, yeah, that makes it a lot easier actually. Instead of trying to figure it out through this. Jump attack. And then the combo stuff's actually below all this. So this is for the axes. Just the axe 1, axe throw, duck attack, jump attack, spear, same stuff. And then at the bottom of this is going to be, we got claw attack. Oh, well, that's right. It'll be above it because it's a higher priority. That's interesting. Where is it though? Is this the combo attack? This is climbing. I didn't see it before. Maybe it is below it. Float navigation, dashing. Yeah, I didn't see it before. I don't think it's in here. So it must be below it. For blocking, dodging, Q check, getting hurt. Here's the combos. So these are combos for dashing. This is the combos for dashing to the right. An attack combo, so if you're claw, okay, here we go. So if you already activated the combo, then it'll do this one. And then for sword, if it's done the A combo, you're pressing the attack, you're not attacking, and then if you're at B combo, so yeah, this will activate B combo, but then after like half a second it turns it back off, so you have to do the next attack before the thing goes off. This seems very strange the way I've set all this up, but it does work. And then pressing any button other than attack will turn the combos off as well. So you gotta continue doing the sequence if you want it to happen. I wonder if I can get away. Actually, this isn't as bad as I thought. Not as long as I thought it was for like my main script. There's a ton of alarms in here. I think a lot of these alarms, these are for turning off combos. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this description thing. It stopped working. It used to be you can do like 3 lines in that description and it would actually put it like here, but that doesn't work anymore. There might be a new way to do that now. But anyway, that one's for combos. This is dodge CD, ending the slow effect, and these are going to be like status effects. Ending immobilize, end blind, end fear, end disorient, end the invincible, and end charming. Draw, and then I got different buttons for just like testing purposes. Bleeding, game restart, going to the test room. Yeah. I don't remember what this one does. I think it's like a reset or something. Oh, this is for changing characters. That's right. It's ending the game. Weird to put it on here. It shouldn't really be in here. And then just like changing from intros into other different animations, depending on what you're doing. Look at all these different animations. There's so many. Okay. I get all that. It's gonna be a hell of a thing to go through. Like there's a part of me that just wants to go and like optimize all this, redo it. I was afraid that I pressed a button right there on the keyboard. I want to put like some random letters in there. Right. The initialize, this is just creating different globals. Really, it's not many globals that I got right here. A lot of them are just like different NPCs. We got buildings. I did have like some of this stuff in here ready to go. This is like the default where your coordinates are. This was for tracking HP, which really isn't the best. I guess it's an okay way to do it. I don't know. Tracking the strength of your weapon, checking whether your weapon is considered metal or not, which like allows you to break certain defenses. I remember I used this facing left global for like, basically it was to find out which direction the character's facing, if they're facing left or they're not. So I remember, I think because some enemies, like, they need to know which direction you're facing to determine things, and sometimes it's like animations have to play based on which direction you're facing, so it probably didn't have to be a global, but there's just something, I don't know. I don't know why I have a global for death. That's a weird one. And then I have globals for tracking like the different weapons and armor, HP, for what you have, and the different, like, each character has their own weapon and armor HP, so that's alright. Alright, I kind of get that. Okay, I'm going to be right back though. With my AFK screen, there we go. Okay. I'm back. No. Oh, it's this one. Oh, that ain't the right screen though. I just had this working. Why is it not working? Capturing the wrong window. There it goes. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, right. So I was thinking, like, what am I doing here? Like, what's my goal? I kind of want to just do some work, which makes me think, like, this is the order of stuff I had in mind. Oh, wait, you can't see the screen. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Looking at this. So I had in mind I was going to do like diagonal attacking was the next thing to work on. And then do like all the new monsters that I drew, do their scripts. And then I was just going to place like the traps and the monsters in the different rooms they're supposed to be in, and then do like a video about it. And then put the different weapons and stuff, create them, and put them in weapons and armor, put them where they're supposed to go. I kind of remember this. This was like to change the way that blood splatters out, which I don't even know if I'm going to do that anymore. We'll see. And then the next thing to draw, which I wrote here, there we go, is the town crystals that NPCs come from. So I have to draw that. Then I'll have to, once I have something to interact with, I can do the selection marker, which I kind of did a bit of the code for that. Just like the thing that highlights certain things you can interact with. So I wanted to do that. And then put in the different like champion food and do the code for it, the way it works. Put in the different Wereraptor upgrades and the way they work, make them work. And then the shaman mana, put those in the game and draw them. And like this, all these require certain amounts of drawing as well. And put those in the game where they're supposed to go, and then I can do like a video on that. And then it was like drawing the gods, the bosses, the kill moves, basically like, yeah, just a bunch of drawing here. And then the scripts for them. And I was gonna just do like the first boss, both draw the boss and do the script for it, and like the kill moves and stuff for it, so that I can kind of test everything out. And then once I test it, then I'll go ahead and just draw all the bosses and do all the boss scripts. And then there was just like testing the game and then doing stage artwork, all the background animals and props and everything. It's just a ton of stuff to draw, all these different areas. Do all the different conversations and event scripts, which is just more drawing mostly. And then, okay, so this part, doing the champion weapons, or doing the character weapons and armor, this whole part. This is what I was thinking of doing. Like, if I just want something to do, it's not super, like, critical thinking, right? I could just do this. Just go ahead and draw all the animations for my different weapons and all the stuff for the armor. It's like, it's not complicated. I've already done like most of the designs for these. And all I'm doing is like following the animations of stuff I've already done, tracing over them. So this is like very simple work that I could do. Just drawing. And it's like just very time I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's very time consuming. A lot of things like weapons to draw, a lot of armor to draw, things that I want to do. Yeah, there's 16 different like champion weapons That's doing like all these animations that I had from before. Gathered sprites. So like, for instance, champion sprites, we've got these right facing sprites. So yeah, like the sword one. So all these different animations we got, and it's not like all of them. All the black ones are basically just ones that they have no frame. But these ones that are filled in are ones that I'll have to do. So they'll be up to 185 frames on just like every weapon will have all these frames for facing to the right. And then it'll be kind of similar for facing to the left, right? Like left swords. There's 160 left facing frames. So I'll have to do all the different weapons, all 16 weapons, which are pretty easy because I'm mostly just copying and pasting a weapon and putting it where it goes. Maybe doing a little like blending or whatever. But it's not that difficult there. Where it gets difficult is doing like the armors. Because the armors would just have to be drawn from scratch every single time, right? For every single animation. There's some, like the way the shield works, I can just like copy and paste it where it goes mostly. But yeah, a lot of like the frames for where the armor goes, that's just going to be drawing. So basically I'm going to do all these 185 here, the 160 here, and then the ones from climbing, which I think they're like 26 here. So I gotta do all those for all 16, no, for all 13 armors for the champion. Then I gotta do all 13 armors for the war beast. I gotta do all 12 armors for the were raptor and all 12 armors for the shaman. So yeah, very time consuming work. It's the kind of thing that would be perfect for me to do while I build up money. I think by the end of, right now it's March, I'm planning on like one more week. I should get my tax returns hopefully this week. So the idea is by the end of this week I should have enough money in savings that I can start like putting money into other things again. I've been putting money into like just stuff that I've needed, like new glasses, eye exam, I don't know, new vehicle, fixing up my house. There's still stuff I need to fix up in my house that I could spend money on, but right now I'm just, yeah, trying to get money in my savings, and then all the money, like starting next month, I'm gonna start putting it to buy a new computer. I'm gonna just start buying the different parts for it, like get a hard drive, get a video card, you know, just start buying the pieces, looking for like good prices, a smart way to do it. And then once I have all the pieces I need, put them together, and that'll be my new computer. Might as well just build my own. I used to like go somewhere and have it built, but if I want to do it cheaper, I just build it myself. I figure that's the smarter way to go, and then I can get it a lot cheaper than if I go have it built somewhere else. It's just I might have to deal with all the technical issues, if there are any. But I don't know how long that would take. Depends. Like, I want to make a pretty decent computer. I want something that'll last me a couple years. And computers are getting more expensive than like that computer that I built. I think that computer was like, I want to say it was between like 2000 just for the tower, like the stuff inside the main computer there. I think it was like between 2000 and like 2300, somewhere around like, it was like in the 2000 range. So I'll probably end up spending like 225. I don't know. If I build it myself, it might get a lot cheaper than that. We'll see. But I'll get like close to the best stuff I can get without it being super expensive. So that's kind of what I want to plan on. And then after that, I do need to put some money to like fixing my kitchen up, because like my refrigerator's really crap. I really want to replace it. And then I don't know. Let's just say that takes like 3 months of saving and buying, as long as I'm not wasting on anything else and there's no like big issues comes up. I might be able to get all that taken care of in like 3 months, like starting in March. So that basically gives me like 3 months before I go back to like having to think about Gravitas again, which would be just absolutely perfect for doing these like weapons and armor, because I know that's going to take like, that's probably a couple months work right there, just drawing. And it'd be the perfect thing for stream. I miss my old animation streams. They're really boring, but they're also just like relaxing, because all I do is I turn on the stream and I start drawing and just talk. There's no thinking, right? These animation streams are really fun because they're usually just like, it's the kind of thing I want to do again. That's what I've been thinking about just doing. Just like, screw all this other stuff and let's do this instead. And just do all the drawing for it, and then I'll put them in the game later. Down the road. I don't have to worry about doing all this like coding stuff and figuring out all this, dissecting all this ancient code that I had. But if I'm going to do all this, that's right. I wanted to do the diagonal attacking. This one's important because I need to know whether I have to actually make this into a frame of animation. Because if it becomes like a frame of animation, then that means it's going to affect. I'll have to do this frame of animation for all these as well. So I do need to do at least that. I don't think any of the other stuff, none of the other stuff actually matters. It's really just, yeah, this one thing I have to do. And then once I get this done and it working, then I can just like do a whole bunch of streams of doing this kind of thing. And then moving on from there, you got like redoing the title menu, options menu, the splash screen, which I've already got a splash screen. I'm just going to use the one from Gravitas, make an icon for Gazzard. Figuring out shaders and shadows, which I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to do that now from doing Gravitas. Man, I learned a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I had no idea what I was going to do when it come to Gazzard, but now I know quite a bit of it. Do particle effects, do the character creation screen. Then we got another big drawing thing here doing stripes and hairstyles and stuff. I feel like this is another one. If I end up running out of, like if I did do all these and I wanted to do something else, I could also do all this, which is all the different like hairstyles and yeah, like customization options, because they're going to be just like armor. And I'm confident I can do sound effects, but music, I feel like I'm just going to have to outsource music. Really just, I don't think it's my thing. I have to save up some money and pay somebody to do it. And then, you know, it would be kind of nice if I'm going to do that. Might as well start working on Gazzard, right? Like, the further I get along this, I can have them make all my music for Gravitas. And then once they're done with that, I can hand them some videos of Gazzard and have them make the music for that. And while they're doing that, I'll finish the little bits that's left to do on Gravitas and put it out and sell it, or try and sell it. I honestly doubt that Gravitas will sell it all. But it doesn't matter that much. The idea is just completing it. It's great if it sells and makes some money, but I doubt it will. But that's not important, because once I have a game made and produced and showing that I can do it, then it's much easier to go to like a publisher and tell them, hey, you know, I've made a game before, I want to finish making this game. It just like helps to have something to show. So even if it didn't sell, I can say I can complete. So far I haven't been able to do that, but whatever. It's kind of like the idea there. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Alright, let's copy all this. Well, no, I'll leave it here. It'll be fine. But, okay. So the rest of this stream, I'm just gonna like remind myself a bit about the code and try and figure out this downward diagonal attacking and see if I can pull that off. It's gonna be harder done than said. But yeah, if I can pull this off and I can prove that I don't need to do any more animations, which I don't think I'll have to, then I can just like start working on this stuff. Just do animation streams again. That'll be pretty fun. I don't know. I just feel kind of bad leaving Gravitas unfinished. But I mean, it's not like I'm losing it. It's gonna always be there, ready to be finished. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll decide I want to make the music and I want to give it another shot and I feel it, but right now I'm just not feeling it. And I'd rather do something. Okay. That's the plan. Let's look at this then. So honestly, this shouldn't be that difficult. Honestly, I might be able to do this just with the effect itself and not have to change anything. Like we have this, yeah, sword duck attack right here, effect. So all I have to really do is check to see if we're pressing, like what button we're pressed when it says created, and change it depending on what button's being pressed. So that might be all I have to do. Let's do it with the claw, seeing as that's the default weapon anyway. Might as well just use this as an example, but not normal claw. We want duck claw, claw duck. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. So this is like checking to see if we're facing left. It's going to be like what the image X scale is. When the animation ends, it just destroys itself. And then yeah, we're just going to check to see what buttons we're pressing. But I gotta remember how to do that again too. So I had these like key right, key up. Oh, but okay, yeah, it was just globals. So I was assigning them to a variable like this, but I can also just check them directly. So I just want to check to see if, yeah, either this one, direct. So, okay, here we go. So we say if this. So this is if keyboard check, direct, global, key right. That's just if it's true. Then actually we don't have to do that. We do it like this. Because this is also like the direction we're facing. So this will also be a way to like eliminate it. So, okay. So if we're facing left, this right here, copy that, pull it back here. So if we're facing left, we got that one. If we're facing right, we got this one. Copy here, copy there. But this one's for facing left, so global key left. Okay. So if this effect is created and you're pressing the left button, you're going to be ducking because you're doing the duck attack. So I don't care about pressing the down key. I just care about pressing the left key and the down key. If that's happening, then I need to change the angle at which this is created, which I don't even know how to do that. But I think we've got the beginnings of what we need. We just need to do like image angle equals something. Let's just do like, what is it, like -45? I don't know if this is correct, but this should show me if I'm doing it and it's changing, and then I can just kind of adjust it, make it the correct way. But this should make it tilt either downwards or upwards. I don't know. I'm not really thinking about it hard. It's gonna be hard because it's kind of like facing the other direction. But it should technically work. It's gonna check to see if we're facing left. If we are, it's gonna change this, and then it's gonna see if we're pressing the left key. If we are, it's gonna angle it to shoot. It's supposed to shoot down. And then otherwise, it's gonna check to see if we're pressing the right key because we're facing right, and it's gonna angle it the other way. All right, that should work. We should be able to just test this now. This might be really easy to do, actually. You know, I hope it doesn't have to build the whole game again. It shouldn't. I remember it had that problem, though, where it was like, every time I launched the game, it would rebuild the game from scratch. Which is really annoying. But I didn't change any sprites. All I did was change a little code. So it should just be able to launch the game. And see, it says writing chunk. It looks like it's actually creating the sprite sheets again. You know, like, why would it be changed? Why is it rebuilding sprite sheets when no sprites were changed? Yeah, I remember this. This was really annoying before. Like, every time I changed something, it'd be like a really long load time before it actually could test. Looks like it's launching now, though. There we go. If I hit 3, should change the scene. You should be able to see this. I'll go ahead and just load up the game and see if that worked. So it's going to be really laggy again. Get off of this screen because there's a lot on that screen. Let's come over here. Duck and attack. So it should go straight because I'm not pressing left or right. If I press right now, oh, it didn't work. How about this way? Golly. I'm definitely doing both down and left. Oh golly, the lag is so bad. Alright, it's definitely not working. Let's try figuring out why it didn't work at all. I'm wondering if I even use this duck claw attack or if I've been using just normal claw. I need to look at that. Real quick, let's close everything but that window. Now we want to go find where we do the duck attack. Right, so duck attack was this one. Yeah, no, that's sword. Oh, that's right. It starts sword, axe, spear, claw. So we want this one. There we go. Claw duck. So it does do the claw duck effect. The image angle was not changing. I wonder if this is correct. This should return like a true false, but maybe it doesn't. I think it should. Definitely remember it. Yeah, there's no reason. If it's like if key strike, that's the same thing as saying if keyboard check direct, global key left. Oh, actually, maybe not, because key left is different from gamepad left. That might be what it is, because I have the gamepad in here too, don't I? Yeah, left right is this. So, that's right. I totally forgot about that. It's not just checking for this, it's checking all the gamepad stuff in here as well. It's also checking, yeah, this. Yeah, all this should have really been like on a controller object and not inside the character. Do I want to fix that now? It's really getting like beyond what I was. What are you touching me for? You're pushing me. You're so crazy. I don't know if I want to get that far into it, but you know what I could do? Is just say, yeah, instead of doing it this way, I could just say, if object champion, key left. Yeah, this will work. Because then it'll do all the things where all this checking was done before anyway. That should work. Alright, let's try that. I think that'll work. I'll probably have to make like a controller object later and actually fix this. I'm gonna have to go through my code and fix it later anyway. I don't want to do that right now, but maybe one day I'll feel like it. Right now I just want to make sure this like downward attacking would work without having to draw anything new. I don't even know if I want it. Like I just want like the ability to be able to attack down and towards the ground, because I feel like that's sort of important. All right, try it again. This old title screen I drew. Okay, yeah, it is angling, but it's angling up and not down. But hey, that does work. Hey, look, and then I can change it too. So if I just press down and nothing else, it goes straight. If I press the direction, I don't know if it's possible to face one way and then press the other way without them actually turning. I don't think it is. So there's no way to accidentally attack the other way, I don't think. Kill him so he'll stop lagging the screen so bad. Okay, well, we just make that face the other direction and go kind of what I want. I think that might be like 45 degrees, probably too much. But honestly, I won't know until I see it. So I'm just gonna have to keep testing the game until I like what it looks like. But hey, that worked. It just needs to go the other way. This way and this way, I think. That should fix it. Let's do it again. I know the claw attack, I think, definitely does not need to be redrawn in any way, because it'll work just fine. It's whether the sword and I think the spear would be the one that stands out the most, because the spear kind of goes, like the spear will go straight forward, but the effect will go down, right? And it's like a very long spear, while like the other two weapons are short enough that you wouldn't even be able to see them anyway. I should go ahead and figure out how to do the load texture page thing again, and just go ahead and do that. Put that in the code so the game will actually run a little better. Yeah, it looks fine. It's a little weird, but I mean, this one definitely doesn't look great. That one looks pretty good. This one doesn't look very good. But yeah, loading all his sprites is what's really slowing everything down. Okay, definitely not that much. I wanted to attack lower, but that's way too low. I should probably go to the test room, because I don't think the test room, yeah, the test room seems a lot better for this. Oh, it's got the Lamia in it. Probably remove her from the test room. Oh, she killed me. That's weird that my character was in that screen. Let me, yeah, let's go to this battle test room. Get rid of her. All the weapons and armor in here, which is fine. We'll just use this room. It should load a lot better if I'm in that room too. Okay, so that was too much. I don't know what would be right. Let's go to like 25 instead. I'm just gonna like trial and error this until it looks correct. Can I go straight from the test room from here? No, I have to at least start the game, I think. Which means doing this whole loading process at the minimum. There we go. Oh, that looks a lot better. Yeah, it's gonna look weird with the weapon. Right, see where his hand is? It's like shooting out front. You can kind of say it'll work, but This one looks really good. Just where his hand happens to go. Kind of looks like it's right. This kind of works, but it's not great. It's pretty much attacking exactly where I wanted to go, though. I just wanted to like be able to attack. So the problem I was having before, if you have like a trap or something that's like a little square that's, yeah, right below the character, attacking like this would actually attack like above that square and wouldn't actually damage it. So I need a way to attack a little lower so you can hit the box that's below us. If you think of everything like as these little cubes, like these, or yeah, all the cubes are like this big. Well, this maybe is a little bit bigger than one cube, but I need to be able to attack like one cube lower. I think that's pretty good. Let's just try that with the other weapons then. It's not ideal. It doesn't quite match up with the animation, but do I really want to draw a whole new animation just for that? I don't think so. Let's see if we can do the same thing with the sword, the axe, and the spear, and it not look horrible. That's basically it. Alright, so we're gonna do sword duck, and then basically just copy this. There's really nothing to change. Yeah, just replace this code with that code. Might as well do the other ones as well. We'll do spear duck. And axe duck. Alright, see how they look. Oh man, I'm so sore. I've been working out a lot. Though I don't know, I'm kind of giving up on reaching my target weight. My target weight's supposed to be like 190, and I'm at 210 now, so I still got 20 pounds to go. It feels like I have to like cut so many calories to lose weight though. It's ridiculous. I was eating like one sandwich and like 100 calories of beef jerky a day. And that's like how low I had to get my calories. Like one tuna sandwich, tuna salad or whatever. Got lots of veggies in it, but still. That and like 100 calories of beef jerky. I feel like that's only like 1,000 calories at that. And then I start losing weight. Otherwise I seem to plateau. Which just seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Like I'm working out like 4 or 5 times a week, doing both cardio and weightlifting. Like how the heck do I not lose weight when I'm exercising that many calories and I'm intaking so few calories? I should lose weight like crazy. But it makes me feel like I'm in this stage where, yes, I could lose that weight and get to 190, but would I maintain it, right? I mean, I feel pretty, like I'm down like 25 pounds, I think, because I was at 235, so what is that? Yeah, it's like 25 pounds I'm down. So I'm already pretty good. I would have to do another 20 if I want to get to 190. If I want abs, basically, I have to get to 190. And I don't think it's worth it. Or it's going to take a lot more effort, a lot more like suffering, because I'm so sick of not being able to eat anything. Eating one sandwich like for 5 days straight, the same thing, that's like torture. Makes me wonder if it's worth it or not. I don't know. I'm just let the game load a bit. Alright, let's pick up the sword and see what it looks like. That works pretty well. Just because it's got like a big arcing slash, it's kind of fine. That actually works really well. I like the sword. What about this direction? I think this one will look weird. Yeah, see how the sword's like way up there? which it works perfectly fine for straight ahead, but this slash, I really need to like do something with the sword and make it also angle down a bit when it's just happens to be attacking like this. At least for that one frame, or make it like just disappear for one frame or something. It's like if the sword looks that bad, the spear is going to be even worse for that attack. This one looks great. Yeah, it doesn't even have to change. But this one's weird. I think it's going to be like that for every weapon. Attacking to the left just doesn't look the same. Alright, let's try the axe. Yeah, that works pretty well too. No, see, this one looks kind of strange too, because you can actually see the axe up there. I don't know. Alright, this will probably be the worst one. That's what I thought. I bet it'll look fine to the right. Okay, let's load already. There we go. Oh, that's a big animation. Oh yeah, you can see the spears sort of striking up there, which looks different from the animation. If I can change that one little thing and just reposition where the spear is, it'll fix everything. I won't have to draw anything. Yeah, this one looks even worse. The spear's like way up there and the attack's way down here. Which, you know, it's fine for this one, but this one, not so good. Alright, so maybe I can find a way to... I don't know what I'll do. I don't think it's right to hide it, though I could. That's one way I could cheat it, is just say if it's in that one frame and you happen to be attacking down at the same time, just don't draw it while it's in that frame. Or I can try and rotate it, which I don't know if that'll end up looking good or not. Kind of depends on where it rotates from. It's not going to rotate from his hand, so it might not be that simple, but it does look weird. The left is definitely worse on every single weapon than the right. Right looks sort of passable, though not that great with the spear. I do like that it was pretty easy to just get the effect to go where I want it to go, though. Alright, let's see if we can change the weapon without doing anything crazy. So all this is fine. I don't think I need to change this. Alright, so where is the weapon? So for like the sword, we'll start with it. So this was pretty simple. It just follows the animations, I think. It has like collisions for being thrown, code for being broken. It's an end step. This is just following the player. The angle is the same as the player. But it is drawing this angle, so I'll have to change this angle if I want to do that, for it to actually change the sprite. Where's the actual drawing of it though? I guess it's this. Oh, this is it. So this is how I was doing this. I basically create this variable, and I find out what the sprite index for the player is, and I just add this underscore W1 to it to change the sprite, which is all fine. But now I'm going to be like, I need to search for a particular sprite. And change the angle of it. It's gonna be weird. This is where I was changing the depth. So I have if idle, left weapon 1, idle sword 2. I noticed that when I was using the spear, the depth wasn't actually correct. I might need to change this as well to fix that. But I'm not gonna worry about that. I just want to change the angle. It's such a weird thing. Like, how do I best do this? Because I can't just like angle it down. It's not gonna look right, I don't think. Because like the origin point for the weapon, I just need to change it for like one single frame, right? Like, I guess I could do this like, I don't know. Like, I've also got to figure out like when we're attacking. I mean, I don't know if this will work, but I might as well give it a shot. If sprite index equals sprite champion idle sword one. It's not idle sword 1 though. I don't think so. It's not idle sword, it's duck sword or something like that. And dash, dodge, duck. Oh, I don't even remember. I think it might be duck. This is the intro, okay. It's gonna be like duck attack. Yeah, okay, duck attack. I think it's gonna be that. The duck attack. Weapon 1? Why is there 2, 3? Oh, I need to look at these again because I don't remember what they are. Look at sprites. Champion animations. Sword effect, not effects. Weapons. Stone sword. Alright, here we go. These are all the champion ones, which are like off the screen. I can't even see them. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Okay, so we've got duck attack, right and left, 1. Oh, I see. There's weapon 2 is a spear, 3 is, oh, okay. That's why there's so many of them. So weapon 1, okay, is this one. I have to like change this code for every single weapon I do. Might not be the best way to do this, but okay, whatever. We're just gonna try and do something to make it work. Okay, so if it equals weapon 1, Thinking it might be easier to just hide it for the one frame. And if I'm going to do that, I should just do it in the draw event. Or I can change the angle for that one frame, which seems strange, but well, let's try that. Maybe it'll work. Okay, if sprite index equals this, and image index equals, okay, so we just gotta find that one frame. That's right, weapon 1, duck attack, this one. So if it is, I mean, honestly, the right wasn't even that bad. But I think the attack is at this point. So if it's at frame, this is 0. So if it's at frame 3, that's when it has to go down. Let's look at the other ones. Like the spear would be more obvious. So if we're at duck attack, like, let's just look at left. Left. That one. So this is 3. Is the other one the same thing? They should match up. Yeah, okay. So if it's at frame 3 of any of these, then it should face down. Image index equals 3. Honestly, it's kind of ridiculous to search every frame for this one specific scenario to rotate it, but I'm just going to try and get it working for now, and I might clean it up later and make it actually look good. But we want angle, this doesn't even make sense because it's not going to be the right way. Oh, I know, I can say that plus, and we do image x scale times 25. That'll rotate it by 25 depending on which direction it's facing, so I don't even have to do that. And now I just put all the other ones in here. So first we need to say if, and it's probably better to do current player instead of checking for the champion specifically. Yeah, before I did object champion, I think I should do parent player instead. Which is essentially the same thing. Yeah, because it's parent player. Okay. So we're gonna do it like this. If you're key left and you're facing left, or notice that I spelled this wrong. Facting, facing. Alright, and then all of this is one condition. So I can go ahead and parentheses this whole thing. So one of these two things has to be true. And then we say and now this is a new line of questions. This is so messy. I guess it's really just to prove a point, but I don't like it. It's not good. Okay, so if we're doing key left and facing left, or key right and not facing left, or, oh, and the sprite index is duck attack, left or right. Okay, and our image index equals 3, which is the one we want. Then we're going to bend the image based on which direction we're facing. Which probably won't look good anyway. Am I leaving out anything here? I feel like I'm forgetting something. So we're checking to see if we're in the animation duck attack. We're checking to see if we're pressing the key at the time. And we're checking to see if our image index equals 3 when we draw it. That should be everything. I don't know, let's just try it. I feel like I might have screwed that up, but oh, this will be a heck of a thing. So this is just going to check to see if the sword is being used. And we're doing these actions and it should just bend the angle of the weapon itself. If that doesn't look good, then I can just like make it to where it doesn't draw it for that one frame, which also might work. And then I have to apply that to every weapon and change it for every weapon, which is really annoying. Probably not the best way to go about this, but the whole point is to prove it can be done. Once I do that, then I can worry about making it do it the best way later, as long as I know I don't have to draw anything. I guess that's the most important part. Looks like it's... Is it redoing texture pages again? Maybe because I opened an actual sprite this time around. Even though I didn't change anything in the sprite. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like just a whole... I'm gonna spend some time going through all this code and correcting it. Setting it up like I have it in Gravitas. Make like an actual controller object. Make scripts for initializing our different global variables and saving and loading. Get all that stuff off the character objects themselves. I don't think I need to change the object. I don't have to change the characters themselves. They do work, though it's not the prettiest way. It does work. Like, something I could do, I have like all these objects for like different weapons, but really I just need to use, like, I didn't know it before, but I could have just used the draw event and drew this stuff, right? It wasn't really necessary to make a whole object and have it draw its sprites. I didn't realize that's how it worked. You can have one object draw multiple things instead of making multiple objects, which would make it a lot cleaner. It wouldn't have to like do all these extra checks. So I probably want to fix all that too at some point. That's just a lot of work to get everything cleaner, but it's probably something I need to do. It's a shame to like, I put all this effort into making everything work and work the way I want it to do, and then I'm gonna go through and change so much of it. Potentially break some of the stuff that I've got. But honestly, I'm probably gonna make everything run a lot better. So, yeah, maybe at some point I'll just go through here and optimize all my code. It'll probably be a good idea to do it sooner than later. But honestly, for right now, I'm just trying to get like this bit of code figured out, and then I can just like mostly focus on drawing stuff. And maybe I'll do this stuff when I just don't feel like drawing and I actually feel like coding, and go through and clean all this up and make it work better. I want to go through like all my old different like monster. I know I can do these much better now. There's one in here that's been really bothering me, the sand flea that I did. I did all these different like objects for all the different like parts of the sand flea, but just like I said with the draw event, I could have done it all with like one object that's drawing multiple things instead of having to have like all these different objects to create this enemy. Like, this is a really silly way to have done it now that I know better. There we go. Finally loaded. So there's a lot of things I do want to look at, but I'm not focusing on that right now. For now, let's just see if this will work. Plus, if I'm gonna do all that like stuff, I want to get a new computer. So I don't really see a reason to do a whole lot of code and stuff if I'm gonna move it all to a new computer anyway. Alright, that still works. I'm gonna pick up the sword, see if this changes. Alright, so it's still drawing it. I can see the sword when it's in its finished position over there. This one you won't be able to see the sword at all, just because it's behind the effect. Doesn't look like it's rotating. Definitely not rotating here, so it didn't work. It's strange. I wonder if I just did the wrong... I don't see anything changing, honestly. Both of them definitely look like they're not changing when it's supposed to. So, wonder why that is. Alright. If key left and global facing left, I think left is the easiest way to do it. So if either one of these is true, and you're doing the duck attack, these are both weapon 1, left and right. Okay, so one of those two have to be true, and the image index has to equal 3, then it should draw it with this image X scale times 25 to make it be at an angle. Which will be either a -1 or +1, so it's either a -25 or a +25. And this one, yeah, image angle. Actually, I think it's backwards, because if it was at -1, this should make it a +25, so this would actually be like the reverse of whatever this is, so it's not going to be quite right, but it's still not even rotating at all. I'm wondering if I just make it like not draw anything, if that'll even show up. So this should just make it not draw anything. If this stuff is true, then it shouldn't draw anything, which would be the easiest way to test. Just see if that works. Honestly, I feel like I should have done this with the spear because it's easier to see, but I can see the sword, so it should work. Or I could draw like a big red square or something too, just so that I can see if it activates ever, because that'll be a lot easier to see than seeing one frame not being there. Honestly, I feel like this is the best way to do it though. If it just doesn't appear, you're not, I guess the player probably won't be able to see that because it's just one frame. So who cares if it disappears for one frame, as long as it doesn't look bad. I think that's probably the better way to do it instead of trying to rotate it. Just make it disappear for one frame, or not draw itself for the one that's out of the, not in the correct position. Okay, I definitely see it being drawn there. Definitely see it being drawn there. I can see it every single frame too, right? Kind of hard to tell. It really animates super fast, so it's hard to pick one out specifically. But it's definitely drawing the one that I don't want it to draw, so it's not working, I would say. So let's figure out why. I think what I should do, just to make this better, just draw like a red rectangle. Draw rectangle, color. I don't know. X minus 100, Y minus 100, X plus 100, Y plus 100. Big red box. So if this ever actually triggers, instead of looking for like something not being drawn, as long as we see a giant red square, when we know we're doing something right, and it's just at the wrong time. Champion, duck attack, left and right, weapon 1. Image index equals 3. All this should be correct. Look at it again then. Well, I know it's activating, yeah, if I see a big red square. So it's only going to happen for 1 frame, so it'd be hard to see that square anyway, probably. I think Gazzard, I'm going to have to do like specific loading screens as well. I need to go ahead and start separating all my texture groups out because it's a much bigger game than Gravitas. Can't really just load everything all at once outside of for testing, so I should really like separate all my textures based off of like zones or something, so there's like a loading screen when you go into specific zones. Oh, I saw the red square, so it is showing up. It must just be the wrong frame. Oh, I'm not seeing it now. So whether I see it or not, it doesn't seem to be every time. I'm not seeing it at all this way. I'm seeing it sometimes. Probably just it happens so fast. I mean, we're showing that it's activating. It's definitely activating when facing to the right. Facing to the left, I don't see red square ever pop up though. Makes me think we're not even getting an activation this way. It's odd. It was working for right, but it wasn't working for left. I mean, I guess what I could do instead of checking the global facing, I just check the image X scale. So if image X scale is less than 0, greater than 0, positive or negative. Maybe that'll work. I spelled double tap wrong. No, it looks like it's right. Left and right, weapon 1. If image index equals 3. I don't quite remember how image index works. I'm pretty sure it just goes through the numbers. Let's just write that out real quick because I don't remember. I'll just draw the image index so I can see how it actually does it. So I have it if it equals 3. I gotta open this sprite up again, but I was pretty sure it was 3 when I did it before. It's for spear, sword. So we got duck attack, left. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's not 3. Wait. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, so it's actually 4. Yeah, it says current frame 5, but it's actually not 5. It's one lower than that, so it's actually 4. Okay, so I think I was on the wrong frame. So instead of 3, it's supposed to be 4. Maybe that's why it wasn't looking right. Okay, so if that's true, it wasn't actually drawing anything for that frame. So this should actually work. Because we're on the correct frame. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I think image index has to be a whole number. So it's not like there's a 4.13 or something. Pretty sure it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever, however many frames there are. So honestly, I probably didn't have to change any of this. I think I was just on the wrong frame. Probably better if I change it back then, instead of doing it based off of scale. Because I know the scale, right now the scale's the same thing, but that's going to change later. Well, I guess it won't change for the weapon, it'll change for the effect. The weapon won't ever change scale, so it's actually fine. Yeah, the effect will change the size based on what weapon it is. It's going to end up drawing all the... Yeah, again, that's really annoying. Just because I looked at a sprite. It didn't used to be like that. You used to be able to look at the sprites and not change anything and not have to redraw all the textures again. I do wonder why I wasn't seeing the square for the facing left though. Maybe because if the image index of a sprite equals a blank frame, I wonder if it actually activates it or not. Maybe that's something I don't know about. Odd interaction. Why we wait? Why don't I gamble a bit? Gamble. Did it do it? There it goes. That's a failure. Do it again. All right. Won the armor one. See, it's possible. Oh, there it goes. Alright, I think it'll work this time. I was just in the wrong frame before. There it is. So it's in image index 1. Oh yeah, it is a... I didn't know that. I thought it was the whole number, so maybe that's why it doesn't work. Yeah, see, that's the image index on the left there. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so that means it's not... That's why it's not going to work. Because it's not going to, like, equal 3 or something. Or it's only going to equal 3 for a very brief second, but then it's going to equal like 3.1, 3.2 or something. And that's why it's still showing up. So it's technically like, it's only like a tenth of a frame instead of the full frame. So I got to do like, oh, that's annoying. I really didn't know it was like that. So instead of checking to see if its image index equals 4, I'm checking to see if it's between... There's a way to like round down, right? I don't remember how. It's like floor, isn't it? I think floor is a rounded down number. So if I did floor image index equals 4, that means it'll round, even if it was 4.9, it would equal 4. And if you do ceiling, that's rounding it up. I think, I don't know. Let me check this out. I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so floor 3.9 equals 3. So ceiling would be the other one, I think. Let's look at it. So, yeah, ceiling 3.4 equals 4. So basically, if it's anything above 3, I think, it sets it to the number above it. Alright, so that should work. And then while I'm doing this, I might as well change this back over. Oops, wrong one. Wrong button. There we go. I think I'll just go ahead and change this back to global facing. Alright, so that should work. And now we should see what we were trying to see before. I guess technically I could have got rid of the draw text part. But now I wonder, is 4 actually the correct image index now? We'll find out. Because it could be 5, or it could be like everything 3 point something. Oh hell, I don't know. We'll just keep trying it until it works. Usually I do these things. All right. Oh, I saw it disappear. Yeah, okay, it's not even being drawn now. So that is working. Oh, this one, it doesn't look like it's working. I can brave. Actually, I think it is working. It's just like one of these frames. I mean, technically this works. It's hard to see with the sword, but yeah, the sword's not being drawn for that one ugly frame. Okay, well that does work. I could try changing the image angle, but I know it's not going to look right because like the origin point for the character's somewhere in the middle, so even if I rotated it, it's not going to rotate it in the correct spot anyway, so I might as well just hide it for one frame. You won't be able to see it anyway, it won't matter. I think that'll make this actually look good. So we can have this downward attack. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. I think that works. And I don't actually have to do anything. Alright, so here's what we do. All that's fine. I'm trying to think about like, is there a way I can make that cleaner? I'm sure there's something better I can do than what I've done here. Ah, okay. Instead of checking the sprite index equals this, I could check for the if parent player sprite index equals this. So this way I won't have to actually change it. Depending, like I can just put it in every single weapon and it'll work for all of them. So that's one thing I can do to optimize it a little. So yeah, if parent player sprite index equals that or that, and if the image index is at 4, then just don't draw it. Otherwise, draw it. This isn't great because it's checking like every frame of our animation to look for this one case. I think to make this cleaner, I don't know, I'm thinking like to make it cleaner I could just check to see like if the sprite index equals one of these two things, and then if that's true then run all the other stuff, because that's kind of like the basic one. If that's true then you're going to search the other stuff, but then I feel like that's just making the code longer. It's not going to actually like improve it, it's going to make more lines. I might as well run the full check to just see if this one case exists, and if it doesn't, I wonder if I can, if I can reverse this. But I think this is fine. I just attached this to the weapons. And this should work for every single weapon because it's not actually checking the weapon itself. It's just checking for this one frame. So yeah, I can just like copy and paste this into the weapons that I've got and it should work. Not the cleanest way, but it is effective. Do it for the axe. And spear. Ooh, I thought of one example where this actually, because that's right, the weapon's actual, it's like an object. So in the one case that if the player is ducking and then actually does an attack, well, that shouldn't matter though, because the weapon itself, like if it's stone spear, it's always going to be in like 0 or 1. It's never going to be in 3, or it's never going to be in 4. So it won't matter. It shouldn't. All right, let's test that. I think it'll be fine. But I should make sure that when I duck and attack, the weapon itself doesn't like flicker when it's not equipped, basically. But it shouldn't, because it's never going to actually like be in image index 4 if it's not equipped. So that should never be possible anyway. Oh yeah, and then I gotta do it for the other 2 characters too. Make sure they work as well. Alright, so here we are. Go ahead and do like a duck attack with nothing equipped. Nothing's flickering, that's good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Okay, and it's disappearing too, like it's supposed to, so that works. It looks good. Cool. Try the sword. I saw it for a brief second. Oh, it was just for this frame. Oh, I bet if I do like this and then swap the down, like mid animation, there we go. Yeah, I can actually make it appear. I'm doing that by like pressing the left key for the attack, but then letting off of it before it actually completes. That does make it actually appear. Does that matter? It's just like a weird thing you can do if you roll your finger on it. But I don't think people would ever really do that. If you're gonna like attack something below you, you're just gonna like hold it left and down at the same time and attack it. Though it does sometimes happen if you like. I don't know. Does that bother me? Can I fix that? Is it worth fixing it? Holy iframes. Alright. There's one frame here where it's actually appearing there. It doesn't happen on this side, but it's not really that bad. It's just like a little swishy animation, which could be just like considered as the spear swinging at that moment. I don't think it's that bad that I have to change anything. There we go. So it is possible to make it appear if you take your hand off of it for that really quick moment. I don't think it matters much. It's like hardly a thing. No one's gonna care. Okay, so there you go. I got diagonal attacking now. And I had to do very little to make it work, so... Oh, but I did want to check and make sure the depth is correct, because it wasn't correct before. So here the spear is in front of the armor, that's correct. When I attack with it, everything looks good here. Facing this way, the spear is behind the armor. But when you attack, for a moment there, it comes in front of the shield. I wonder why that is. I have to look at that. It's even like, yeah, right there. It's like in front of the shield for all of the normal attack. It does it for the second attack too. The second part of the combo. You can't really see it for the other one because he like rotates, so. But I can definitely see it in front of this. And it's gonna be worse. Like, this is a very small shield, but as the shield gets bigger and it's more obvious that the weapon's like, for some reason, going in front of it. I'll need to look at fixing that. I wonder if it's like that for the other weapons. Yeah, well, it appears here, but that's kind of correct for the axe. This one's fine, so... Alright, yeah, I think that's fine. Really just seeing it on the spear so far. This one won't be able to see it at all. Just because the effect's so big, it'll block it. That's probably why I didn't see it most of the time. It really only affects the shield. It only affects the spear. But I should look at that. Let's see if we can get that working. So it's for the spear, facing left, doing a normal attack. Alright, spear should be part of the step event or the end step event. Whatever controls the depth, it's down here somewhere. There we go. So if this is for oh god. Idle block, duck left, duck attack, duck block, jump, jump attack, fall, fall. Hurt 1 and 2, dodge, run, block that. I think I just left the attack out of this. So that's why it's not right. Alright, so I just need to add it into this big list of stuff. We got duck attack. Just put it before that. Is there a better way I can do this while I'm just sitting here looking at it? This is checking to see if the index equals any of these things, but I don't need to do that. I can just check to see if the parent player's index, parent player sprite index, if it equals these without the thing on the end. Yeah. Alright, so there is where we were. What even is it? Idle spear. That's the one I need to add in there. Damn it. Is there another way I can do this? I'm sure there is. Just copy this. Do that. I'm pretty sure I can just go like this and then put this in parentheses. So if it equals that, or that, I don't know if this will work or not. Something tells me it won't work if I do it this way. But it sure would be a lot cleaner not having to do this over and over and over again. Put all that in parentheses, so just check to see if the sprite index equals any of those things. I think that it works. It didn't give me any errors. Then we'll set the depth. And now we have the idle spear 1 left, which was the part we were missing, I think. Alright, let's test that. If that works, then I'll copy that and put it in the other ones, I guess. Though it didn't seem like it mattered for the sword or the axe. Oops. I think I screwed up. Yeah, sure did. Let's try it again. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna change the spear. Oh yeah, and this only works if I'm actually wearing armor. There we go. No, it's not even working now. That does not work. Yeah, spear's like always in front of the armor now. Okay, at least now we know that that doesn't work. So let's get rid of all this. That means we just gotta change all this. Add this parent player part on the front of everything. Definitely a better way to do this that I should just be doing. Honestly, a lot of this is redundant if I just did like a draw event, which I'll probably end up like stripping all this out later, I think. but who knows? I'll get it in here this way first and probably change it later. There we go. That should work. Streaming for 3 hours already. Wonder if the music died. Alright, this fixed? Okay, it's behind the shield again. It's good. And for the attack, yeah, okay, it's behind it now. That's all I really wanted. I could do it for all 3 attacks. It looks like I need to do it for all 3 attacks. Is it actually like the second attack it goes in front of it, and the third attack as it comes back it goes in front of it when it's not supposed to. This one, it should always be in front of it, so yeah, I need to add the other 2 in the combo here. So I didn't notice anything for the other weapons then? Like these don't have to change? I mean, that one goes in front of it, but that's kind of correct because the axe is going there. And then I don't see the axe going in front of the shield here. It might, but it's like the effects just covers it up, so you couldn't even see it if it did. What about the sword? I think sword's the same way. It might go in front of the shield, but you can't see it because of the effects so big. Just covers it up. So yeah, I don't think I have to do it for the sword and axe. I just need to do it for the spear. The other 2 combo attacks, and I'm gonna need to figure out why the music stopped. There we go. Alright, so I just need to add the other 2 attacks in here. I'm gonna go ahead and separate this out because this is just ridiculous. There's quite a lot of them in this line. There we go. So we need to add this here. No, that's idle. Is it idle? Yeah, it is idle. No. I think this is correct. I might have the wrong one anyway. I don't remember. Champion animations. Here. Alright, so we have dash, this, fall, idle. Yeah, I guess it is just idle spear 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So yeah, I can just take this, copy it, and do paste, paste, and we do 2, 3. There we go. That should fix that. Alright. We'll test it again, make sure it works, and then we're gonna swap over to the other characters and make sure theirs looks good. Let's save it. And then probably start drawing swords and armor, weapons and armor. Who knows, maybe I'll do more of this. I probably won't do this on stream because it seems to be running really slowly and laggy. But it'll be like cleaning up the code probably. I'll just do that when I'm bored and I don't feel like drawing off stream. But I think we'll do some streams where I'm just drawing weapons and armor again. That'll be fun. Give me something to do where I'm actually progressing in game dev again. And who knows, maybe that will transition into me doing some music. I doubt it. I'm not gonna force it. Alright, well this is good. Should be. It's just the attacks. So there we go, the attack. The spear is behind the shield now, where it's supposed to be. And there. Looks all good. Yeah. Alright, so there we go. We got diagonal attacking. And then we hide the spear for the frame that looks strange. And I fixed the thing not being in the correct depths. But I think that was one of my bugs that I just haven't done till now. So did it while I was working on it. Okay, I gotta change characters, but I think that means I gotta like leave this zone and then come back. I think that means I need to restart. There we go. Then hit Y, change character, change zone, there we go. So now we want to do the duck attack for them, but I want to check to make sure her depths are correct as well. They should be. Yeah, so the sword is behind her armor, it's in front of her armor. Here it should be behind. Looks like it's all good. Here it should be in front. Use this character forever. Oh, I still haven't drawn her like transformation animations. Forgot to do that. No, I like the little lightning effect I have on her. I don't even remember doing that. But her effects animation looked pretty cool. Yeah, I was gonna do something where like she just leaves off like petals, kind of like plum blossoms, anytime she transforms. So we'll do that little lightning spark kind of effect, which I've already got, which is kind of cool. But then I'll do like, she'll leave these little plum blossom kind of things whenever she transforms. So it'll be any of those shifting moments. Alright, this should be good. It's on the back of her and then it's on the front of her for the other frame. And it looks like it's all correct. That one's good, that one's good. I don't know how I'm gonna change this one because it's so different. Maybe she doesn't have a duck attack. I mean, her attack already kind of hits like multiple areas, especially with the whip. I don't think she has to have a duck attack. Not with the whip, at least. Let's go back to the sword. If I can get it. Alright, one at a time, please. Oh, there we go. So this definitely needs a duck attack. And this one as well could use one. So we'll have to do both of these weapons. I forgot she can't actually get rid of a weapon. Oh yeah, she can, as long as it's store it. So this will have to have it as well. A duck attack. Oh, these look good. Alright, so a duck attack for the claw and the sword. But we don't need to do it for the whip. It's kind of strange, but okay. What about the actual claws? It looks so strange, yeah. Okay, so the claws actually reach downwards. They don't really need to be done like a duck attack. They kind of do both at the same time, so yeah, it's really just the sword and the unarmed attack for her. The others are fine. And I didn't notice any sort of issue with like the depth on her weapons. I might have to do a whole lot of new stuff with her. Give her like wall running and decide to add all that stuff, so there's gonna be a lot of her movesets that's just changed. I'm noticing there's a frame, when she does a flip, there's a frame where, yeah, it snaps back to her original pose, but she's actually still rotated. I haven't noticed that till right now. You can see it just very briefly. I need to fix that. I've noticed that like for other ones, yeah, like flipping off the wall. When she lands on the ground, you can see her like flipped over in the wrong frame. So I'm gonna have to fix that as well. Okay, let's fix that stuff, and then I'll write down a note for that one. I don't forget it. Okay, so just say wire raptor flip made a note of that. Alright, so let's fix the ones that needed to be fixed. And looking at it, it seemed like hers will be similar. It was really just changing the effects like I did before. Alright. Start with that, and it'll be the easy one. Alright, so it was claws duck and sword duck, right? The other ones are fine. Change both of those. I'm using parent player, so there shouldn't be any issues there. We'll see if the 25 is enough. And then I can do the wire raptor. Well, I don't even care about that, I just care about the weapon. It'll probably have to be changed as well, so just the curved sword. The other ones are fine. Which I think this will be a draw thing. Okay. Let's test it first and see what it looks like. Make sure that's good. With just the effect. And then see what I need to change from that. I don't think it'll be any different. Outside of like the numbers being a bit different. And I'm going to do the shaman as well, as the shaman's going to have a downwards attack. This should be a lot easier because he doesn't have weapons. Alright, so no weapon. It's not actually working at all. Oh, that's right. Claw is different for her. I think I just changed this one on accident because she's got actual claw weapon, which is different from a claw attack. Yeah. Is that different? Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it goes lower. Alright, I did the wrong one. Oops. Anyway, let's test the sword though. Alright, so that one I'll have to change. Fortunately, it'll be harder to hide because their effect is so much skinnier. I don't know what I'm gonna do to like hide what the sword's doing. But it is the correct angle at least. Alright, let's fix the claw thing now. So this was not the right claws. This is claws, which I think is different from a normal. Oh, I did dagger, that's right. Alright. So dagger dot. Copy this. There we go. Put that back to where it's supposed to be. There we go. And then I have to figure out what to do here. But, well, I think this will be fine. This one was definitely fine, so I can get rid of that. So we need to put in, well, I need to reference the champion. Right, so let's just copy this. Put that here. Everything else here is the same. All right, and then we're just gonna figure out like what's a particular variable for her. All this is correct. This will be different though. It's gonna be where? And then I gotta figure out which images we're getting rid of, which it's probably not gonna just be 4. It'll be something, I don't know. I guess I have to go look at that real quick. That's gonna be rebuilding textures again. It's annoying. So we want weapons, stone, duck attack, left or right? I guess both of them. Alright, so which ones are we getting rid of here? That's 0, 1, so 2. Honestly, it's just 2 for this one. This one. This one kind of feels like it's supposed to be more though. Like, probably getting rid of 3 and 4, if I'm being honest. This one, so this is going to be different, because I want to get rid of this frame, but on this one I need to get rid of both the ending frames, I think. This one's kind of fine, but then I feel like these two, it just needs to disappear for both of them. So it's going to be different depending on the left and right now. That makes it a little more complicated. So, okay, let's split this up. A little easier to understand. Okay, so if it's this one, so and image index equals, okay, so this is for facing to the left, which is the one that's 2. So, okay, if it's the left, we're looking for if it's higher than 3. So if image index is greater than or equal to 3. then that should activate. And then if it's facing to the right, it's actually going to just be if it equals 2, or if it's floor 2. So this one's got to be and floor 2. And we get rid of this part, because that's now been added to there. Okay, so what have I screwed up here? So, oh, this is in the wrong spot. There we go. So, if it's facing left, and the image index is greater than 3, then don't do anything. Greater than or equal to 3. And then the other one, if it's right, I think there's an extra one here, yeah. Is there an extra one? This one should be on the other side. Where's this at? Oh, it's here. Oh, okay, it's not supposed to be that one. There we go. Alright, that should be correct. So if it equals 2, or if it's greater than 3 if you're facing left, then don't draw anything. Alright, I think that'll work. And that should make the sword disappear for when we want it to. Alright, let's test it. That should be what I needed. Yeah. Oh. It'll take a while. How has my character not gotten a raptor yet? I got all the other equipment. I even cheated some of the equipment. No raptor. Do some more gambling. Ooh, almost got the 777. I don't think you can gamble when you're dead. No. Golly. Losing all my armor. Oh, I got lots of money. Let's just play it up. Nope. No luck. Is it still loading? Still loading. I guess I'll put this on YouTube. We did a lot of like nothing, but I did accomplish some things. I showed off GOBA. I'm gonna like do some diagonal attacking, showing a way to cheat it without having to like do anything complicated to work it in there. Hide some animation frames, which I don't think I've ever done that before. Just like turned off specific animations. That's interesting. I need to make it to where the loincloth draws before the body, so you don't ever see like that flash of nakedness. I mean, there's really nothing under there. It's just like a, you know, an angel body down there, but it probably is a good idea not to have that happen though. So I should probably always make sure that the clothes draw first. Alright, so duck attack, the dagger. That works pretty well. It looks a little weird with her, but it's like whatever. Yeah, it works. Alright, sword. Yeah, okay, it kind of works. See, the sword appears at the end of it, so it kind of still looks like it works. You don't have like the sword way out in the wrong area at least. Not the other way. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It like disappears for a little bit, but whatever, it's good enough. At least it doesn't look as weird as it could, right? And now she's got like a lower attack. So I'm kind of happy with that. She's got a thing where she keeps attacking in the air. She keeps kind of bouncing. Not much, but it is enough to kind of like stay in the air for a little longer. She just loses all of her momentum. So she never really gets any height from it. She just like stops falling temporarily when she attacks. Yeah, this one's fine. I didn't need like a downward attack. Alright, that's basically doing what I wanted. Alright, so Shaman's next. So, yeah, his might look a little weird. Oh, that's right, he's already attacking low. Oh yeah, he really doesn't need it at all. Because he already attacks low and high, right? Both of his attacks kind of like that. His attacks are totally different depending on which direction you go. So it's kind of weird. You got this swoosh attack, but then a downward one. But his attacks are supposed to be kind of crap, so that's kind of fine. I don't think I have to do anything with him though. That's fine. Didn't need a lower attack. He's already got it. Did I do all those new animations? I think they're in here. I don't know. I kind of remember making new animations. I don't know if those are in or not, or if I put them in the game or not. I know I drew his summons. I don't know if I put his other animations in. I wonder if I should stop him from doing the flap animation when he climbs. Looked a little weird. I guess it's kind of okay, but it is strange. As long as he keeps jumping, it's fine. But never really had this sort of thing happen. I guess it's fine. A little strange. I like the way his are really cool. Just the way he's floating around and stuff. Dare dash, it's really fun. His flips seem to be fine. I never see him really, well, okay, I say that, but when he shifts out of his flip, he does look a little rotated strangely sometimes. I like that one. That looks really good. I might change that one. It looks okay. That's the first time I drew that lightning strike. And that was a summon. No, that's the summon. Oh, that's right. It's like the backwards one. He does that thing. Oh, yeah. I gotta remember what all these are. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. So, yeah, I gotta add the summons in. These little blue boxes. And then we got the 3-1. Wasn't this like the big one that I ended up drawing something new for? Yeah, that's right. That one I didn't like, so I redrew something, but I don't even remember what I did. Because that one looks kind of weird. Okay, well, I don't think I had to change anything around. It was fun to play around with them again. I really like the shaman. He just seems real fun. His movement set seems real good. Like, especially when he's got like lots of mana like he is here. Yeah, these attacks are fun. I mean, they suck. They're supposed to suck. His attacks are supposed to be completely lame. But they get better because when you have summons, they actually amplify the normal attacks, so. Yeah, he won't need a downward attack. Alright, that's cool. I'm happy with all that. So, this is unnecessary, or I don't have to change anything else. Okay, cool. I consider that done. And that means we don't really have to draw anything different. Which is great. It saves me a lot of time. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my tablet again, figure out how to do that. And the next time I stream, we'll just like draw some... The weapons should go super fast because they're like... Honestly, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've done it, but I just draw the weapons in like a couple certain poses and then put them where they go. So we should cruise through those like real fast. Right, we're gonna sprites. Yeah. I know I have like a template for it somewhere. I don't remember where it is. But it's basically just copy and pasted most of the time, and then it's like blended sometimes. Oh, and then it's kind of like edited to be drawn around the character, which I don't think is necessary, to be honest. Because if it's going to be behind the player, yeah, it does matter, because sometimes it's like, it's around his fist, but it's actually in front of his body. So I probably do have to edit, like, around the claws and stuff. But anyway, it's not like drawing it over and over again. It's just put it where it goes and then kind of edit it a bit. And it's really just draw it a couple times in like various shapes, but the shield's very similar to that, but the armor's going to be the time-consuming part. Yeah, weapons should go pretty quick. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. I want to do something that makes some progress. Even though it's not finishing something that I'm wanted to be working on. Whatever. Fuck it. Alright. 3 hours, 46 minutes. That's a stream. We made some progress. Let me save this and close it. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna mess with any of this like code anytime soon. Maybe one day. I'll go ahead and close out of that. Okay, I think that's it for the stream. I'm gonna be streaming some more. I plan to. It'd be fun to just make animations again. I miss animating. Alright, later.